Dana's in for Ryan today. We'll start to feel a little more like November.
Yeah, I feel like especially with the wind today, it just makes it so much colder just when you walk outside. I was like holding my hair, trying to make it not go everywhere.
Good luck
but
with that today.
It did not really help. It's a clip up your hair if you have long hair today. Yeah, so these were our temperatures. So it wasn't actually that cold. It just really felt chilly. We got to 59 in Portland, 60 in Wiscasset, 57 in Bangor, a little bit cooler through areas of northern Maine in the upper 40s. But the wind factor, we've been talking about it, has really just been a lot of wind. Gusted to 47 miles per hour in Caribou, gusted to 38 in Rangeley, 43 in Freiburg, and still the wind factor is going to continue overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So we're going to start out with wind gusts a little bit lower, I think, as we get into the early morning hours tomorrow, closer to the 20s instead of the 30s, and then finally start to taper off as we get into tomorrow afternoon. But that's why we actually do have a wind advisory in effect for the area shaded in this tan color here. A few outages are possible, and this is in effect until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Now, we saw a lot of wind today because of a cold front that went through. So in addition to the wind, we also saw some showers in the higher elevations, seeing a little bit of snow shower activity. Most of the state, though, seeing rain showers, though actually a lot of the shower activity isn't even hitting the ground just because the air mass that we're in is so dry that it ends up kind of fizzling out before it's able to get to the ground here. Now, the rest of the shower activity will kind of fizzle out within the next few hours, but the wind, like I mentioned, is still going to stick around for tomorrow. So we'll end up with a lot more sunshine, especially in the afternoon here on Saturday, but still a lot of wind, and it's going to be significantly colder. High temperatures will likely be stuck in the 40s throughout much of the afternoon. And then Sunday here, we'll start out with some more sunshine, but we'll kind of build up some higher clouds as we get into kind of the late morning and into the early afternoon, building in even more cloud cover because then we're going to have another system that goes through Sunday night into Monday here. So we're going to start out, this is going to be rain because it is going to be a little bit warmer as we get into that second half of the weekend, beginning of next week here. So this, we're looking at the rain kind of starting to move into areas of New Hampshire. This is Monday at about 3 a.m. So we're going to see this rain move in kind of before sunrise here. And then actually most of that rain will kind of move through relatively quickly. And this is a look at noon on Monday. Already most of the state seeing that rain already pass through, just a couple of showers hanging out in northern Maine, and a bit of a warmer day on Monday too. Temperatures will likely be getting into the low 60s. So overall, this system looks like it has a fair amount of rain associated with it, but it moves through pretty fast. So overall, we don't really see much rain at all here. Maybe a tenth, 2/10 of an inch throughout for most of the state here. So unfortunately, even though we are seeing some rain, it's not going to really do a whole lot to help out the drought situation. At this point, the entire state is in some form of drought between D0 and D3 here. So most of the state here in at least abnormally dry conditions in the yellow, but a lot of the state in moderate drought in that tan color. So unfortunately, until we start to see some more rain coming in, the drought situation is not going to be helped out a whole lot. Rain forecast sees 4 to 6 feet. We got a lot of wind to talk about, so we actually have a gale warning in effect until Saturday at 10 a.m., the same time frame as that wind advisory. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. So we will have a lot of sunshine coming up this weekend. I would say cold and windy on Saturday. Sunday a little bit cloudier, but a touch warmer. That rain moves through Monday, not a washout though. In fact, we won't really see kind of much rain at all in terms of amounts there. A little bit windy as well on Tuesday, kind of once those fronts go through, it can pick up the wind a bit behind them. Now, Brian, for next Friday, we're looking at a system that has a possibility right now of bringing some snow to the mountains, but at this point, still a little bit far away for us to really nail that down, but it's something that we're going to be watching.
An indication that the season is changing, if that's already on the radar down the road. All right.
It's coming in fast.
Dana, thanks so much.